Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a really lovely Honda CR-V. This is a 2.2 EX automatic diesel. The car's covered just 42,000 miles from new. Has had one owner and a full Honda history. It's absolutely perfect ownership. Finished in passion red with the black leather interior. But just a quick one, by the way. On these lovely sunny days, I always do the videos in the shade, because actually that way you can see any imperfections more clearly. It's not to hide anything, it's the complete opposite actually. I was told that moons ago by a professional photographer, of which I am not one. But to go around the car, the colour looks absolutely stunning in the flesh. Videos and pictures never do it justice, but it really is lovely. Front of the car really clean, lights and lenses clear, intact without any cracks or condensation. Bonnet very, very clean indeed. If there's any stone chips, they are going to be very minor indeed. Near side, passenger side, absolutely mirror smooth in the panels, no indentations or obvious marks. Near side front alloy, the one that takes generally all of the bashing, and it's absolutely as clean as a whistle. Near side rear alloy, again absolutely beautiful condition. Camera on the back, you can see obviously tow bar fitted to the car, which is a nice thing to see for those intending to tow the car quite clearly. Offside of the car, driver's side, again absolutely like a mirror in the panels. It's just wonderfully clean, and the video just is not going to do justice really. Near side, also offside rear alloy, again absolutely perfect condition. The remaining panels are lovely, as is the final alloy wheel. It really is in quite exceptional condition, which is a reflection of the ownership and maintenance of this vehicle. Coming to the back of the car now, and this is where CR-Vs, this and the rear seats is where they tend to let themselves down, only in the sense that they're normally used for ferrying people about, and yet the back of this car, it's almost as if it hasn't been used. It's in just stunning condition. Coming to the back of the car now, wide opening rear doors, and you can see you've got an enormous amount of leg room. And the front seats are set for me, and I'm over 6 foot tall, so not cheating. Leather work, as mentioned in the boot area there, and that has been kept absolutely beautifully. Coming to the front and the passenger side, again, all very clean and tidy. Passenger seat there, hardly been given any use of any note. Finally coming on the driver's side, door card again lovely and clean. Same with the footwell area, absolutely wonderfully clean there as well. And driver's seat, I know it's low mileage, but it is 10 years old now, and that, like the rest of the car, is in astonishing condition really. So inside the car now, engine as always is running this section, so the dashboard is seen illuminated, which looks pretty much factory fresh. It's in stunning condition. Sat nav, you can see working exactly as it should. Pop the car into reverse, get that lovely clear gridded parking camera, all working exactly as intended. It has been kept quite beautifully. Go up to the main dash binnacle there for you. 42,242 miles, and there are no warning lights on the dashboard at all. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2.2 EX automatic diesel, registered at BK13RVF, with a mileage of just 42,236 recorded. The reason for all of our videos, and actually especially this road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's online, they actually get to see the car we're advertising actually in operation. Like lots of people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, only to get there and find out it's got an obvious fault that shows up while driving the car, so hence that's why we do it. Also done on these lovely quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire. It is a lovely crisp winter's day. That does mean the sun's a bit low, so I do apologise if it gets a bit glary at times. This car, as you know from the walk around video, quite exceptional. Really is in every single way. You know, one owner, full Honda history. It ticks pretty much every box going, doesn't it? But coming to the car itself, as I always do, starting with the engine, which press the button, starts instantly and settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. Temperature gauge, oh dear me, not quite sure I didn't put in there. Running as a third, sorry, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle, by the way. The engines are simply superb diesels. It's everything you'd expect of a Honda. You know, it's tough, reliable, long-lasting, cam chain driven, no cam belts on them. But what's lovely, it's smooth, quiet, refined, gutsy, matches the gearbox brilliantly well, has a broad span of power and torque rather than just the usual narrow power band that lots of turbo diesels have. So the revs are all ultimately usable, but it's just a lovely unit to use day in, day out. It genuinely is, and I've owned umpteen of these over the years, and I've always liked the 2.2 Auto. Has been one of my personal favourites, because the Auto works with the engine absolutely brilliantly, and that isn't always the case. For some reason, some engines, the way the turbo works, I don't know, it can sort of make the gearbox be indecisive in some ways, but this, far from it. The gear changes are slick, smooth, as they should be. There's no clonks or delays when engaging gears. It's all absolutely spot on. Steering of the car, the whole CR-V feel is very car-like. I mean, we're way ahead of their time, Honda, with this. You know, it is, you know, at a time when other manufacturers were giving you cars or SUVs which felt very van-like to drive. This was much more like just jumping in a normal family car, and the steering's part of that. It's beautifully weighted, feels very confident and secure on the road, makes you feel really in control of the car. The steering itself is accurate, precise. You know, it's not a sports car, no point pretending it is, but what it does absolutely brilliantly. Steering also tracks straight, and there's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, actually. The chassis, again, a really well judged ride, because, you know, to get basically suspension's all about compromise. You know, if you want a comfortable car, you have a soft setup, but that means when you go through corners it can be a bit wallowy, or you go for something very sporty and you get a bone hard ride. Honda managed to give you kind of the best of both worlds for this type of car. So, and this road surface is horrible here, by the way. It rides really well, very well damped, smothers out all but the hardest of bumps really, really well. But what it does incredibly effectively is the kind of pitching and wallowing you get with lots of tall cars. These don't really suffer from in anything like the same way. So when you go through a series of bends, it's not getting lots of secondary motions, and those are the ones that can be quite nauseating, particularly for rear seat passengers, and they've done a brilliant job on it. There are, of course, absolutely no rattles or clonks coming from underneath the car that shouldn't be there, so all in very, very fine order indeed. I'm just going to go down the main road and give the brakes a bit of a thump. Which one's there? Just get up to speed and just make sure no one's there. So really nice brake pedal on the car, powerful, no pulsing, no vibrations, all exactly as it should be. Finally coming inside, it's in lovely condition, absolutely lovely condition in here. Typical Honda build quality. There's no squeaks or rattles. It's, you know, but it has been cared for. CR-V's normally very heavily used family cars. You know, mine's not dissimilar in that sense. You know, our kids get in them, dog gets in, it all gets muddy and a bit scruffy looking. This has been kept absolutely beautifully. It's also a lovely place to sit and drive a car. Actually, you've got fantastic visibility all around, which is, you know, very confidence inspiring. Massive wing mirrors, which are, you know, a bit like sort of van sized ones, so you get a, you know, really good sense of where you are on the road when manoeuvring or you know, changing lanes on a motorway. The rest of the dash is incredibly simple to operate. Sat nav, as you can see, working perfectly, dead easy. Dual zone climate control systems, so you can have different temperatures side to side if you so wish, and that pumps out lovely cold air, because we tried that in a nice warm workshop not long ago. All of the switchgear, as always with any Honda, has that lovely tactile engineered feel, really satisfying. Heated seats, again, working exactly as they should. And then come up to the dash binnacle itself. Just simple, easy, legible, minimalist almost dials, and all the better for it. Then you've got this lovely leather-bound steering wheel, which feels like new to hold. It really is a fabulous car to drive, which is why they're so sought after. Have been for a long time, because it's probably the best engineered car in its sort of price range and class. This is a four-wheel drive version of the CR-V, albeit you don't do anything, it does it all for you. So basically the car runs in front-wheel drive, two-wheel drive pretty much the whole time, because Honda worked out very quickly indeed that most of its customers would be doing what I am right now, driving in perfectly good conditions where you don't need four-wheel drive on. Problem with having permanent four-wheel drive is you're going to use more fuel, you're going to get through your tyres more quickly, and you're going to put a lot more mechanical stress through the vehicle. The way this works is dead simple. If you pull away on a bit of mud, snow or ice, via the traction control system, which can react far quicker than you, it seamlessly brings in the rear wheels to give you four-wheel drive, and it is incredibly effective. We tow a caravan with ours and never ever come close to getting stuck with it, and its simplicity and lack of use also gives it its inherent reliability as well. As I said at the start of the video, it's only brief, just to show the car operating. Drives absolutely beautifully, really does. It's a fabulous car. Ownership history aside, it feels as tight as a drum in every single way.